Hey, what's going on, everyone? Good morning, good morning. What's happening? We have another day in the markets today. It is Thursday, June 2019. Let's get it going, guys. All right, so what do we have? Yesterday, what did we see? SPY actually sold off, went a little bit of green to red action, closing slightly red. Pretty much, it's been having some selling pressure since Monday actually, and it's kind of slowed down just a little bit, so we might have a little bit of support here in the low 290s going into the session. But as always, we definitely have plenty of opportunities to downside and upside, as we always say. So sector-wise, closed predominantly red. We had 7 red and 4 green. Energy led the way. Utilities pulled up the rear, down a little over 2%. So going into our session, we got 6 and on our watch list, and that's it. So we got, we're all bearish bias going into today's session, continuing our sell-off pressure. Obviously, as always, we always sit back and wait for our setups to form, but that's what we got going on. So let's kick it off with CLB. CLB obviously closed down a little over 3%. And, it's found support at the 48 level, bounced throughout all of the beginning of June. And again, after its bounce, after its uptrend, it just kind of found some more resistance, even below the 50-day on the daily, and it's kind of heading back south. So we got that 48 target again that it was kind of sticking to from the beginning of the month. So we're gonna stick with this target and write it down, because at the end of the day, clearly not showing any kind of strength to the upside after its sell-off all during May. So anyway, we got a 48 target going into today's session. Next up, we got GBT. Got crushed yesterday, closing a little over 13%. We have price target 53. And, obviously it just fell off a cliff, did not do good in the morning, cracked right through its 50-day and just didn't see any type of love whatsoever at all throughout this session. So day 2 continuation for sure. 53 is on our target, and we are going to mitigate risk and definitely start a position if at all things starts to trade below VWAP. It continues its fade out. Next up, we get AVAV. Again, closed pretty low to the downside yesterday, little close to 5.5 points to the downside, and it was just weak. Pretty much consolidated, midday. Then obviously had that fade out that late afternoon, but continue its big picture fade off. As you can see, that it's been happening since October of last year, with a little bit of love here and there, but at the end of the day, the street is clearly talking, and the boys are still dumping shares onto the market. We have 50 price target on AVAV, and we will continue this particular sentiment until the market clearly dictates otherwise, because at the end of the day, this thing has been talking, and we see that the boys are dumping shares. Period. Next up, we got SGEN. We have a price target of 65.50 going into today's session with ATR of 243. We should reach it. Obviously, we like this. Our consensus basically, it's been selling off quite hard, you can see, but cracking through its 50 and 200-day consecutively, definitely showing some strong weakness. Yeah, it's an oxymoron, showing some weakness to the downside continuously. So again, if the market dictates otherwise, we will change our sentiment, but we definitely like this thing with some continued selling pressure to the downside. Next up, we got GH. GH, obviously, as you can see, closed almost 4 points to the downside. It's been trading relatively in that range since early to mid June. Making its downtrend to that 80 target is what we have. It's a pretty conservative target. Obviously, the 50-day is going to be about 3 or 4 points below that, so it's definitely on a mission to reach that particular level, and that's what we got going on. We like the 80, and again, it traded quite smoothly yesterday. Just found a little bit of love at VWAP right at the close, which is quite happening time and time again. So again, we'll see how it opens up. Let the market makers do what they do. Once it fades out, once the shares begin to dump onto the market again below VWAP, we anticipate another 2 to 3 points to the downside conservatively. Last but not least, we got ROKU. ROKU, again, it's been pretty good to us. It's been selling off lower highs and lower lows consecutively. 90 is our price target. reached back in early June. We think it's heading right back to that level, and until the level is breached, we are pretty adamant on it. I mean, it's going to have a little bit of bull stepping in, trying to value buy this thing, but we do not see it changing its sentiment direction until this 90 at least is reached, and obviously we can blast right through that to the 50-day as well. So 90 is our target, and we're adamant with this thing, and we will continue pushing it down at all opportunities. So that's what we got going on, guys. We got 6 on our watch list, and as always, we want to invite you to come check out the site at thestreettrading.com. You want to see how we're doing, how we're picking our watch list, how we're trading these stocks. Any question you have in the markets, reach out to us, guys. We'll set you up with a 90-day course. Any question you got, we are here for you. And as always, guys, stick with your stops. Be very patient with your steps. Let price come to you. Let your setups form. Otherwise, sit on your hands. Remember, cash is a position. All right, guys, have a great day in the markets. Trade safe, and we will check you later.